Trucks are an inevitable part of every engine's day on the island of Sodor. The smaller engines do most of the goods work, but even the big express engines must pull goods trains sometimes. They don't always like to, but they know that the fat controller depends on them, especially when the goods trains are too heavy for the smaller engines to pull alone. One morning, Gordon the big engine waited at the harbor for a fast goods train to be shunted behind him. This is an unusual sight. I'd rather be pulling the express. I can't abide these dirty coal trucks. It's not that bad. A little coal has never hurt an engine before. No, but it does make an engine look silly, much like you did covering it at the coal tower the other day. That wasn't my fault. Ah, but your reaction proves your point. Coal does hurt an engine's pride, that is. At least the trucks like me. They groan when Gordon takes them out. Soon, Gordon was making his way down the main line toward the junction. He thundered through station after station, his wagons clattering behind him. The other engines watched him as he flew by, guffawing at the sight. Gordon must be miserable pulling those trucks. You're right, Percy. If there's one thing that Gordon hates, it's trucks. Gordon, having passed through much of the busy intercity segment of the mainland, entered the vast Sodor countryside. All around him were rolling hills, vast plains, and farmhouses. The big engine began to smile. Though Gordon would never admit it, he secretly loved pulling trucks down the main line. It gave him a chance to stretch his wheels and, when the trucks were not too troublesome, allowed him to have solitude from the hustle, bustle, and noise of the express. Nothing like it, nothing like it! The trucks sang with him. They liked Gordon. He was a no-nonsense sort of engine that treated them with respect. Gordon never bumped the trucks unless he had a reason to, and today they were well behaved. Together, Gordon and the truck sailed smoothly down the main line. Gordon set down the trucks and ran round. He spoke quietly to them. Remember, not a word to Thomas. Right, we can let him know how much you like pulling us. Finally, I was beginning to think you'd never come up. Well, it was these bloody trucks holding me back. I can't abide them. It's okay, Gordon. You can go back to your express now. I'll take them from here. You need a wash down, by the way. You're covered with coal dust. He, his driver, and fireman all laughed heartily at their joke. You really do love those trucks, don't you, Gordon? They make me feel young again. Gordon trundled back through the open countryside toward the harbor again. The sun was setting in the distance, and in the back of his mind, he secretly hoped he'd be able to pull trucks again tomorrow.